Hey everybody, and welcome back. Of course, I hope you guys are doing well out there. It's pretty cool. Some weird stuff on my screen, but I hope you guys are doing well out there. Now let's see where we're up to here. We've got a few people here already, and of course we may talk about the HEXMAS and PULSEMAS sale on at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We got Japon in the house there. Good to see you, Japon. And what else have we got there? We got Sandy Beach, of course. Hello, hello, hello. And Harry Williams, yo, yo, yo. Good to see you, Harry. Welcome to the chat, of course. Very, very cool. We're probably going to get straight into it today because we've got so much to talk about. So let's do that. And let's bring in the screen here. Let's go for that. And welcome. We're going to kick off with the stock market, of course, move into crypto. Then we're going to move into Pulsechain and the PULSEMAS and HEXMAS sale. We're limited time only. We're going to talk about quite a few projects today. So we're going to talk about Algo PUSD, Coast with gasless payments. We're going to talk about internet money, Power City, Ubiquity, and we're going to be talking about limit orders as well. That's coming up. So I hope you guys enjoy all that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about, obviously, the Hex daily payouts as well. So there's lots in store today. Let's get started, as we say. Let's get started. And, of course, we're going to get into it. So let's go to stock market. We've got a couple other people jumped in here. Mary HEXMAS and PULSEMAS, folks, says Brennan. Absolutely. And Crypto Dan, hi, all good to see you, Crypto Dan. Welcome to the chat there. And let's go. So the stock market today, Dow ends lower as boosts from rising rate cut hopes wanes. So there we go. And let's get into the markets today. We've got Dow Jones down 0.2%, 70 points to 36,054. We've got the S&P 500 down 0.4%, 18 points down to 4,549. And the NASDAQ with all the tech companies in it is down 0.6%, 83 points to 14,146. So it has been waning the last, was it 2 days or 3 days? The S&P 500 volatility index is up almost 1%, and that is at 12.97. So obviously risk off on the stock market. The US dollar is versus trading partners is up slightly to 104.14. Moving to the commodities, West Texas and Brent oil. We've got looks pretty flat with West Texas up slightly, 0.3%, and they're sitting at $69 and $74 respectively. Gold there is up just a tad, $1.30 there to $2,044, and silver there is up at $24.26. And of course, they've both been doing very well, haven't they? So if you go to the max period on gold, you can see that's pretty much around the all-time highs there. Pretty amazing. And silver not quite the same, but still doing very well. And if we get a pivot in the interest rates, US dollar sort of wanes as well. People talk about silver doing a 4 or 5x from here. So we will see. We will see how that goes. At the moment, what does people call it? Silver, the poor man's gold, is it? Something like that. And what do we got there? Slowing job market boost hopes that sooner rather than later, the Federal Reserve will cut rates on the horizon. So that's kind of cool. We agree with that. Private job gains slow in November. Data from payroll processor ADP showed that private U.S. employees added just 103,000 jobs last month, down from a revised mark of 106,000 in October. Economists had forecast an increase of 130,000 jobs, so definitely a slowing in jobs there. The data arrived a day after job openings dipped to their lowest mark in over 2 years. We covered that, was it yesterday, in October, and point to a slowing job market that could not only slow the economy, but also force the Fed a rate cut early next year. And we've looked at that on the Fed rate monitor with quite a few people talking about March now. Previously, we were talking about June, July, then sort of May, June. Now we've got even potentiality for March. I still think it's probably going to be May, but we will see how we go there. The slew of jobs data will continue on Thursday and Friday with release of weekly initial job claims and non-farm payrolls. So that's Thursday, Friday. Now, it's US time, of course. Energy falls on oil plunge to drop below $70 a barrel. Energy stocks led the market lower, pressured by a fall in oil prices to below $70 a barrel, the lowest level since June and on Wednesday, shrugging off larger than expected draw in weekly US inventories as a spike in gasoline supplies and record US crude production weighed on the sentiment. Weekly US inventories fell by 4.6 million barrels compared with estimates for a decline of 1 million. And of course, while gasoline supplies jumped by 5.4 barrels, because it's supposed to be a million barrels, well above the expectation for a build of 1 million. The jump in gasoline supplies came just as data showed earlier this week that U.S. oil production hit a record high in September. So that's some good news there. Now, the one thing I want to highlight about the property market, which I would actually probably cover quite a bit, but it's a bit of a separate topic from a crypto channel. The company also touted, so we're talking about the outlook for home buying. The company also touted optimism ahead of home buying activity after a recent slip in mortgage rates. So that's probably going to help relieve some of the pressure from high interest rates on the home loan area, particularly at least for home buying. So fingers crossed for that, because that really has been a bit of a worry, around the interest rate toll on a lot of homeowners and so forth with the high interest rates. They're really, really high. And so that's probably good news as well. So that is pretty much that on the stock market. So let's go to the Federal Rate Monitor and see where the perceptions are around what's going to happen. We've got 6 days and 18 hours to go and 22 minutes. So basically a week to go until the final Fed rate hike meeting, or Fed meeting, I should say, on December the 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we've got 99% of the people expecting a no change at 5.5% on the federal funds rate. Let's go to January. We've got pretty much maybe everybody saying a no change, with maybe 12% thinking we might get a pivot. I don't think that's going to be correct in January. Then we got March. We got March there is now, we got 54%. So the majority is now expecting a pivot in March. That's what I was talking about. That's getting earlier than later. Before it was like May, June, July, definitely getting earlier there. Now by May, of course, the vast majority, you're talking about, what about 87.5% of people are expecting a pivot. So that's what we're talking about, the pivot, right? So if 5.5% is the terminal rate, we then have that rate stay up for a period of time. And maybe that's March or May, but probably May. And we've got 88% of people think we're going to pivot in the May period. And of course, that's good news for borrowers, right? And the guys hopefully take some pressure off there now that we've got a bit of waning in the employment. By June, really the vast majority of the market, in fact, all of the participants are expecting a pivot by June. So really May looking pretty good at the moment. So that is pretty much around the Feds. Let's go to crypto though. Crypto, of course, having the party time. We're currently got BTC at 43,060, down 0.5%, with dominance of Bitcoin at 52.81%. So much stronger dominance. So where's our altcoin season? We're waiting. Just wait patiently for BTC to potentially consolidate or move higher again. So there we are, BTC there. Amazing job lately, doing what we want to be done. Ethereum at 2,233. That definitely had a boom and has pulled back 2.5% at the moment. AVAX is the standout here, still up 8.5%, $26.29. That's on AVAX there. And we've got a few other ones, not too bad. XRP, ADA, Solana, Dogecoin, Tron. They're doing okay. Matic and SHIB doing okay. But rest everything else down slightly there today. So a bit of a mixed bag after that huge push the last couple of days on the old Bitcoin. So let's move over to Bitcoin, have a look at our macro picture. As you guys know, we've been following this macro map to see what's good, what's not good. And at the moment, everything is pretty good, isn't it? So the window of opportunity continues. The Fed meeting here on the 13th, the final one for the year, expecting a no change. So that's good news. And of course, here on the Bitcoin, we've had a massive run up. So fantastic. Bouncing along this 20 EMA in yellow and up and away. It's been pretty good. Bitcoin window of approval with the SEC is the 10th of January, and fingers crossed, we've got lots of those now, and it's going to be very, very bullish. So let's talk about that quickly, about the Bitcoin ETFs and why that is so good. Well, obviously, we've got all these Bitcoin ETFs now, 13. So we've moved from 12 to 13. The last one that added on, which you talked about yesterday, was Pando Asset Spot Bitcoin Trust that got added to the list. And of course, you can see the timelines here next SEC deadline. And of course, you can see January dominating that headline there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got some big ones here. Grayscale, 21 shares. BlackRock, Bitwise, VanEck, Wisdom Tree, Invesco, and Galaxy, Fidelity, Valkyrie, Global X, Hashdex, Frackman, and Pando. There's some good names in there, actually. There's some good stuff there. So that is where we're heading for at the moment. That is a summary of the Bitcoin ETFs. And this is a big, big, big deal. This is going to open up the floodgates to all the traditional finance markets, the biggest capital markets in the world, into crypto. Remember, crypto is still pretty small. We've been humming around that trillion mark. And, I don't know what we're at the moment, maybe 1.3, 1.4 trillion, something like that. But the high in the bull market last time was 3 trillion. And of course, having all this money coming in for years to come, not just the initial launch, but years to come, is going to be super bullish. So looking good. And on that note, we've got a commentary here. The spot Bitcoin ETF would be final seal of approval for institutions, Cathie Wood. So it's a big, big deal. The SEC could allow half a dozen or more such funds at launch at once. ARK Investment CEO says. So ARK Investment, as you can see, is number 2 here, 21 shares in ARK. That is the top there. And of course, there's some insider information here, right? So it's kind of good. The approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs by the SEC could serve as the final seal of approval for institutions considering involvement in the crypto space, according to ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood. ARK Invest, in partnership with 21 shares, has a live filing in front of the agency for such a product. The deadline for the SEC to rule on the proposed ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF is January the 10th. And of course, there we go. That is the one there at the top there. See January the 10th on that column. And of course, we've got that on the roadmap, January the 10th on the window. So that's how we've been following that pretty tightly. The SEC allowed Bitcoin futures ETFs to start trading in October 2021. Wood said during a Wednesday webinar, those approvals were interesting given the counterparty risk for those funds compared to a spot product backed by Bitcoin held in cold storage. Most issuers seeking to launch Bitcoin ETFs have named Coinbase as a custodian of the funds, BTC. Grayscale Investments notched a court victory against SEC in August. Judge ruled that the commission denied the conversion of the Grayscale Bitcoin ETF to an ETF. And of course, but allowing future-based funds was arbitrary and capricious. Don't you love that? I think it's all coming together. And if you look at our appreciation expectations for Bitcoin, the biggest part of the appreciation during the next 5 to 10 years, we think will come from institutions. And without a doubt. The executives, as said, the price of one Bitcoin could hit 1 million or more in the long term. Agreed. We've done the math on that. It definitely is doable. Bloomberg Intelligent Analyst puts the odds of a spot Bitcoin ETF approval by January the 10th at 90%. And of course, we've been following that analysis. That is Steffart they're talking about there. Approval would be, I'm pretty sure Steffart's working for Bloomberg, yeah. Approval would be a change in stance for a securities regulator that has blocked dozens of spot Bitcoin ETF proposals in the past decade. But 21 shares president Ophelia Snyder there reiterated previous comments Wednesday that there had been a pattern breaks in recent months as issuers look to get their funds approved. And we've kind of been seeing the SEC line things up, right? Line things up for these approvals, like line all these dates up. So it's kind of cool from that, looking very, very positive. If everything goes the way it always goes, you're going to end up with the same result. She said in the webinar alongside Wood, I think the fact that we're seeing very material differences in this round of spot process versus prior rounds is a very promising indication of a different outcome. The changes include issuers continuously updating the Bitcoin ETF filings. We've been covering that on this channel. Industry watchers noted that this activity may signal ongoing dialogue with the SEC. BlackRock and Bitwise, for example, updated their S1 forms on Monday. And James Stefford, of course, is the one we've been following with all the latest and greatest on this. So it's pretty cool. Among the additions in BlackRock's amendment was the language around the firm raising 100,000 of seed capital for the fund. Such capital is used to fund creation units that allow shares to be offered and traded in the open market there. That's from BlackRock, so already on the move. It's meaningful because it shows that they're doing everything needed to launch. Bloomberg Intelligent Analyst James Stefford told Blockworks, but I don't think it means much more than that. Other amendments have been more technical, including disclosure language around electricity, usage of Bitcoin mining, or the impact of a digital asset being deemed as security in the future. And that's a little bit humbug there, right, from the SEC. Keeping that in there. The latest Bitcoin ETF from ARK and 21 shares came in April, which was a couple of months before BlackRock entered the picture, a move that spurred Fidelity, Invesco, and a range of others to re-up their own Bitcoin ETFs. We do we do think while we're first in the line, that a number of firms will be approved at the same time, and we agree with that, and that's what James Stefford's been indicating. Depending on exactly how they filed, it could be that more than a dozen are approved at the first go, and that's probably where we see it here with all these lining up on these ETFs. So it's going to be mass approval. That's going to be pretty interesting. Now, remember, typically these will get approval maybe by the 10th of January, and if they do get that at 90% probability, then it's about a month later, so maybe around the 10th of February that they actually launch. So we could have a bit of buy the rumor, sell the news here, or it may occur on the 10th of February. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see that. In any case, when we say that typically the market sells off most of the time, right after the news has come out, that's probably just the first move, right? The first move in a longer term bull market. So if it does sell off, it's just just to get weak hands out and then to keep going up after that as the money flows in through these big Bitcoin ETFs. So it's going to be fun to see that. And of course, then we get closer to the Bitcoin halving in April as well, and have all the bullishness around that. So just think of it, it's this simple. The Bitcoin ETFs are the demand side of the market, and it's massive. It's as big as it gets outside world global adoption through sovereign states. And of course, the Bitcoin halving there is a supply side fundamental. And of course, we look forward to seeing the benefit of that too. So demand and supply coming together at the same time within a couple of months from each other. Awesome, right? Awesome. So it's going to be fun times for crypto. All right, let's jump over to some other stuff here. We're going to get into Ethereum, of course. Ethereum also doing pretty well. Ethereum at the moment has been a high of $2,312. We've had a low of 2,233. 2,219. Currently at 2,233. And of course, you guys know this is teasing. This part here in the 2400, I think, is where we're looking forward to start getting some altcoin season. And so let's see how we go with that 2400. Seems like a good place for that to happen. So fingers crossed. Now, remember, also there's going to be Ethereum ETFs as well. There's about 7 of those so far. There's probably going to be a lot more of them, and we're looking potentially for approval for those in March. So that's probably why, to some degree, Ethereum's lagging a little bit there, is that their ETFs are coming out in March, and of course, the Bitcoin one's coming out much earlier than that. So that's kind of the play there. On that's kind of cool. We're going to get into Pulsechain, of course. Day 208, can you believe it? The Pulsechain 208. We're going to get into that. Before we do that, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. And let's see who else has jumped in here. Got a couple more people, have we? Let's see here. We've got Brennan. I think we've got Christian here. Christian says BTC is looking good, but I smell one more dip coming around. Not financial advice, says Christian. And a Trent in there says, hi all. Good to see you, Trent. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, if you're watching, get into the chat. Say hello. Get active in there. I love an active chat. It's really, really cool. We've got Spike in the house there. What's up, peeps? Good to see you, Spike. Get in there, folks, and say hello. All right. Is that Creepy Coin? Creepy Coin is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you, Creepy Coin. Welcome to the chat also. All right, let's get into Pulsechain, Pulse Gains. Okay, happy PULSEMAS and HEXMAS sale. Like I said, I'll say it one more time. Happy PULSEMAS and HEXMAS sale. A limited time only. And, of course, let's get into the results for today, 201. And Pulsechain there down 6.5% on Pulse. At 4,000,486, and that is at 49% of the sacrifice price today. And of course, that's come down quite a bit, right? So that's your PULSEMAS sale right there. You can DCA and get a lot more out of that. Now, that, funny enough, it broke down after we did the live stream yesterday. I said 5,000 was going to be defended. I said hold off, see what happens there. And of course, if it breaks down, you can think about either DCAing or, better yet, if it does break 5,000. Waiting for it to finish selling so you can try and pick the bottom off. So there we go. That's the sale discount here today, 6.5% at the moment. PulseX at the moment, Quadruple 0132. That is down 5.4% at the moment. And at one Pulse at the moment will get you 3.68 PulseX at the moment. The buy and burn doesn't care about whether the price is going up or down too much. Obviously, it affects volumes, but at the moment, the buy and burn is at 589 billion, almost 200. So 589 billion, 200 million almost. So that's pretty awesome. We're now at 2.86% of all the public supply has been bought and burned, which is pretty amazing. The other thing we're looking forward to, of course, is Power City Earn Protocol, and that will take PulseX off the market. So that is my biggest, that's out of the Richard Hart stuff. That is the best play at the moment, in my opinion, with the Power City Earn Protocol coming up. And of course, that's going to collateralize PulseX. issue PXDC stablecoin, and of course that's going to make more stablecoins on the market. Now, obviously, quite a lot of PXDC will be staked, but there'll still be a lot more stablecoins around the market. Will be interesting to see whether they can't take the same path as Liquid Loans has done with the size of the liquidity. I have a feeling that they're probably going to try and step it up. Yeah, now I'm trying to organize a interview here with Liquid Loans coming up very shortly. I think we're in the closing sessions of making that happen. Hold on to your hat for that one. That's coming up on here on Hex Token, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube. It's going to be a lot of fun. Incentive token there is at 46 cents at the moment, down 11%. The ratio to Pulse is down at 9,500, so that's really moved down quite strong there. And of course, we've got well over 18 million in supply with 116,000 burnt through the TRH GameFi protocol. Hex at the moment, PHEX is at 81 100th of a cent there. I'm having a little trouble speaking today. I'm not quite sure why that is. It must have been a hardcore night last night. Must have been a hardcore night. Anyway, moving on. We got EHEX at the moment at 4700th of a penny. The combined price of EHEX and PX is at 1.28 cents, down 11.7% there. So that's the other good one I think to pick up is either one of the hexes there because they're looking pretty juicy for a pickup as well. But once again, do your best to try and get the best value for yourself. That's what it's all about. So that's day 208, folks. Let's get into the charts. We got Creepy Coin there saying hello. Christian says, yes, I've been scooping today. Nice one there, Christian. And wow, yes, incentive at 40 cents. Nice, yes, indeed. All right, so let's move on and look at the charts. We got Pulse there has got really low. It must have been big whale selling this down yesterday. But we're at quadruple 500. So quadruple 500 at the moment is the low on today. With the current, how many minutes we got to go? 8 minutes to go on the day's candle. And we've got the high at 5,336. We're currently at quadruple 485. As I say, down 6.5%. Now we've also got the markets here at 35 on the RSI, so it's getting almost into the oversold territory, down at 30. So we're at 35, so it's getting there. That's on the daily. On the 4-hourly, let's have a quick look at that. I mean, 4-hourly, it's really bumping along the bottom there, so it does look like it's running out of steam there. But on the daily, it's still got potential, a bit more room to move. Now, what might be causing this? Well, there's a lot of things happening. Obviously, Bitcoin there. We haven't really had the altcoin season. And, of course, a lot of our chains are being affected by this sort of thing as well. The other thing, of course, Titan X is probably out there. It's consuming a lot of Ethereum energy, and we may have people participating in that. That's driving it as well. So there's some of the big things that may be in play at the moment on the old Pulsechain. What does that mean for you? It means that you can get cheaper price and more volumes on the PULSEMAS and the HEXMAS sale. PulseX at the moment, we've got that at quadruple 01319. We've had the low today is at quadruple 01198. We've had the high today of quadruple 01414. Currently at quadruple 01319. So we had a bit of a bounce back there. Let's have a look at the RSI. The RSI is almost oversold territory. So every time you're looking to enter there, think about the trend and the RSI, and is it the right place to enter? Don't enter too early if you want to pick up more volume, right? I'd rather have volume being picked up by Hexkins and Pulsekins that have a holding mentality. So if you've got that, that's pretty good. I like people to get the most value there. We're at 33, and of course, not far away from oversold there on the RSI. You can see the sort of a downtrend here in the RSI on the daily, and we bounced off this 1200. Now, will we try and close that gap before we get into the oversold territory? That's the possibility. So just keep a lookout for that. That's on PulseX. Incentive at the moment is down at 46 cents, as we say. The ratio, though, is probably at all-time low there. Not quite. It's actually off the bottom. We actually got down to 9,225. Isn't that amazing? And, of course, we're currently at 9,500 on the incentive token there. PHEX, of course, PHEX got absolutely slammed by a big whale sale. From the looks of it, at least some decent sales, let's put it that way. Went down as low as 6,300th of a penny. Crazy. And now we're currently at 8100th of a penny. And we had a high of the day at 91 of a penny. Is that what I said? 91 of a penny. 9100th of a penny. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so that's kind of the play there. Wow, I wish I'd picked that up there. I would have loved to have been there and picked that up. I guess it didn't last for long, but didn't manage to get stuff there as well. So kind of cool. All right, so let's go to EHEX. Let's go to the RSI first before we move on to that. So the RSI is almost in oversold territory at 32. I have a feeling that it might just drift a little lower but once again, it's up to you when you enter to pick up some volume. We're also looking to see we'll have a double fake out in the MACD. See the MACD here? We got a fake out here, cross bullish. See the bullish cross? But then it faked out, of course, and we had a lot of big selling there going on. But like I say, it's probably to do with some bit of a market pullback. Other chains are having the same thing. We're not quite in alt season. Titanx is out there consuming a lot of energy from a lot of projects and chains. So we'll see how we go with that too. What else are we going to say about that? I think that's it. So let's move over to EHEX. EHEX at the moment, pretty similar story down there as well. The low today, man, I wish I had been there. I just wasn't there at the time, but it got down to 0039, so 3900th of a penny. It's currently back at 4700th of a penny at the moment. Looks pretty similar to last night before I tuned in for the evening. The RSI is also pretty similar, down 35, not in quite an oversold territory yet there. And maybe this candle will try and go down a little bit there to bounce off this RSI being down there. So just take that into account at the moment. Looking at the 4 hourly, just drumming along the bottom there, just above the oversold territory there at the moment. We have had a couple of wicks down here. This wick down here the other day was pretty big on the 4 hourly. So it is on the 4 hourly. We got down to 4/10 of a penny there. Just take that into account. Right, that is PHEX there. Let's go back to the Pulsechain and have a look at the validators. We've got 50,704 validators. That's going along at the moment. So the other thing, of course, I've talked about some of the reasons why Pulsechain may have been pulled back. One of them, of course, we also have the validators earning a lot of pulse. There may be some large validators selling on a regular basis as well. That puts downward pressure on Pulse too, especially if they do it suddenly. So that's also a potentiality out there. We got 1.62 trillion at the moment, though, is staked and off the market. So that's good news. It's about 10.8% of the supply. Let's bring up liquid loans and have a quick look at how they're performing. We're taking Pulse off the market, and let's have a look at that. So this is just aids. It just aids to the support of the price over time rather than moving in particular. But let's have a look at the rates now. We're up to 376 billion Pulse. That's 18.26 million now is off the market. So that's pretty bullish. Let's have a look, do some quick math on that. And let's see where that's up to. So 376 divided by 15,000, I think it is. Yep. And that is 2.5%. So 2.5% exactly now is off the market with liquid loans. So we had that 2.5 with 10.8, and we're sitting at 13.3% of all pulses off the market, either with the validators or with liquid loans. So that's kind of bullish news. And we should get something like that with PulseX. Maybe PulseX might even be even more bullish because it's got a lower level requirement there for a loan, $500 rather than $200. It's kind of the play there at the moment. The other thing is we've got 9.313 million in supply for liquid loans, but we've got 67% of it stuck in the pool, earning staking rewards. So that means that there's less to be going buying Pulse, but it's still a good amount. But maybe the other chokehold is the amount of liquidity at the moment, and that's what we'd like to see ramp up there. So it might be something we get to ask liquid loans when we get to interview them about that too. All right, so let's go to the gas prices. We had 200,000 beats on the gas prices. We had 3/10 of a penny for a PulseX swap, 200th of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, and 700th of a penny for a PSD20 transfer. We're 13,000. Isn't unbelievable? 13,800 times cheaper than Ethereum. $42 to do a swap on Ethereum at the moment. The gas prices on Ethereum really suck at the moment, and of course that's nothing compared to where they can go as well. 20,878 times cheaper than Bitcoin. $4.46 to do a Bitcoin transfer. And as I say, regardless of the speed and the cost, it actually is important. I've seen some people comment, "Oh, it's not such a big deal, to have a fast and cheap chain." Well, it is a big deal because you can do a compounding DeFi, and in Pulsechain, most of the protocols have profit sharing with the ownership token for the platform. So those two things are really huge. And you wait as this gets more expensive on Ethereum very quickly. It's going to be even worse than last bull market, right? It's going to be worse than last bull market. Then Pulsechain is going to even look better and better and better, especially for the retail book, right? And I don't know if you want to be out there paying $40 to probably get into a token and get out of the token, do approvals, do transfers, pay a couple bucks for transfers. When the bull market you start paying $10-20 for transfer, approvals will be up through the roof. And it all starts to add up for the retail players. Not so much for the whales. I guess they'll just keep playing that stuff because they're making big bags. But for most of the retail book, it's a big, big problem. And Pulsechain is the place to be for that. All right, so kind of cool. That is day 208. We're going to move on to day 209, of course. Let's check out the rest of the stuff. We're going to come back to liquid lines actually a bit later. Let's have a look at the PRC20s and see what's going on with those. This is our second price category, of course. We've got it sorted by liquidity, so the biggest liquidity at the top. PDI at the moment making a bit of a comeback, 2.5%. 0003700. 0003700 for PDI. Wrap Bitcoin is down 8% again, $56. So what else we got there? Tropa is up 2.5% there at just under 3 cents. Maker is down 31% on Maker. Wow, really? 31%. Let's have a look at Maker here. Man, oh man, that got actually hammered there on the old Maker. What else we got there? Treasury Bill is up 3.4% and TDB is up 3.8%. These kind of all go together. Those kind of things all marrying DAI, Tropa, Treasury Bill, TDB kind of can not always move together, but they kind of hang out with each other. SHIB and Pepe, the two big meme coins, down 2.3% for SHIB, is currently at 706,800. Pepe is at 805,900, down 6.5% on that one. And everything else is pretty much down. Aave is up 3.7%. That's pretty much it on that. And Uniswap there is up 8.8% as well. So that's pretty much it for the PRC20s. Let's go to category number 3, which is our meme coins. And what else we got here? The meme coins, we're going to go to Mega. Mega is down again, 1.8%. Axis Alive is up 1% to $2,165. Reflux there is down 8%. Hex Orange Address is down 10.4%. Dodge is actually up. So Dodge there from Jeff Kadakis and TrustSwap, I believe, is actually up 18%. So, but that's the chart over time on the old Dodge. Get yourself a good Dodge car. That's all that counts, really. More token from Trayvon is down 5%. Let's have a quick look at my Trayvon's coin here. Boy, that really got hammered. It used to had some good times up here, but not such good times at the moment on the old Trayvon More token. I don't hear him talking about it much, actually. He hasn't been doing much streaming lately. I know he does a lot of private streaming to his members, but apart from that, not a lot happening there. Fluffy Slippers is down 9.4%. And yeah, I think that's it. And Ben token there down 5% as well. So meme coins are pretty much mostly down, except for Dodge there looking pretty good. Let's go to the final category number 4. It's not really the final category, but the main 4 is the Pulsechain projects. And of course, this would go up and down to some degree with the Richard Hart tokens, Pulse and PulseX. But here we are. We've got quite a few. Everything's pretty much down. Let's have a look there on the 24-hour. Who's up? Hocus Pocus is up. Yay! Up 5% on Hocus Pocus. Let's have a quick look at that and see where that's going at the moment. Okay, it's up, but it's not much there. That was a bit disappointing. I thought we might see something a bit better than that, but that's Hocus Pocus. Let's check around there as well. Plant there from TRH. Well, we'll look at that separately. P share is actually up 14%, and that's funny. $6 there on P share. They used to be like $4,000. Was it 8,000? I think it was even $8,000 on P share. That's now $6. You got to be very careful which ones you get involved with, of course. That's pretty much it amongst those. Let's have a quick look at the TRH ecosystem just quickly. We can see that Plant is up 9% there, and Holy is up 8% as well. Not too bad there for those gains. And of course, 9-inch. Let's have a look at 9-inch. Everything is down on 9-inch as well. But where is 9-inch Pulse? Let's have a look here. Now, I did see that Hexy Bastard did a live stream with an influencer, so that's good news. But they need to be pumping out marketing every day out of the official 9-inch account. So hopefully they get their heads around that and start doing it. But it's up to them. That's their free world. And let's see how we go with that. But at the moment, this is pretty much down 4.3%. And the price is at 8,300. The farms are still ticking away, I guess. But, you want to get that marketing out there and promotion constantly. Just cool like Liquid Lines and Power City, Internet Money, and many other cool projects that do that all the time, which is what you should be doing. It's very cool. All right, so that's looking good. That's pretty much it. Let's have a quick look at the meme coins. Oh, no, let's have a look at stable coins quickly. Stable coins. We've got USDL is at $1.01. Let's have a quick look at that. Now, I know many of you are probably providing liquidity. Man, oh man, look at that. That's actually a premium at the moment. Look at that. Woohoo! That is USDL from Liquid Lines. Oh, wow. And I know many of you are providing liquidity at the moment for that. So, yeah, you're getting those sweet rewards. There is 150 billion loan tokens over 42 days going to liquidity providers. So congratulations to you if you're earning that sweet reward. That is very, very cool on that one. Looking good. In fact, we're going to go back to the loan token and have a look at the price of that, because I think I've got that here. What's the price of the loan? Must be at the top here. quadruple 01 on loan token there at the moment. But interesting enough that the stablecoin is actually at a premium. USDL looking good. CST. Let's have a look at CST Coast. We're going to talk about that, of course. Coast there. Look at that. So PEG is at $1. It's below PEG quite often, actually. 98.5 cents. However, it's always redeemable for $1 US, so that's okay at the moment. Let's quickly go to that. And of course, we've got also the other one there. We've got PUSD, which is not live as such, but it's a prototype, but it's running at $1 pretty much all the time. Oh, it had a couple of different things. Now, sometimes when they have these big moves here, it could be the fact that they've just turned off all the miners that are happening at the time. So Archie pointed that out. They are testing at the moment. It's got like 40, 45 miners that are testing. There are some centralized and decentralized ones. So that's ticking away. But you can see at the moment, it's pretty much at $1. Pretty much at $1. So there we go. Working pretty well on that one. So bring in all those. We're going to actually be talking about all these projects. Let's bring in Coast first, though. Coast at the moment is got a new product out. And buy is live, they say. Buy is live on Coast. Now, you can find the link to Coast in the video description. That is our community leader, Brian's link. He's, I think, number 2 on the referral list. And, of course, you get 5,000 weight tokens using it, which is pretty cool. Now, this is big news just out today. You can now purchase Pulse, PulseX, Hex, and Weight. That's Weight is the main token for Coast. Gaslessly. So this is the cool new innovation here. Gaslessly. So not going to cost you any gas costs using the US dollar balance of your Coast digital account. So if you've got a Coast account, you can now do it gaslessly, purchasing the stuff, which is a really big deal when Ethereum is so expensive. Also, we have reduced fees by up to 79% for the holidays and maybe beyond. So some really nice, cool discounts in the prices there. Fees. Merry Christmas, they say. So they've had 16,600 views on that. That's really, really bullish. I'm going to post you a link to that in the video description. So Coast, they're bringing us more innovations, gasless buys. How about that? Gasless buys. That's cool. Get out there and say thanks very much and share it around. Share it around. I'll post that link in the video description there. So that's kind of cool. That is the link there if you want to check it out and give them show some support, share it around, all that good stuff. Pretty cool. But we've got a video. We've got a video on how that's going to work. So let's have a look on the video. Hope you guys enjoy this. Let's go. All right, so that's pretty cool from the Coast team. So that is the link to it. Very, very cool. Sandy likes the music. That's kind of cool. Very cool, right? That is cool. All right, so that's a new big feature there. I hope you guys enjoy that. That's alpha coming from Coast team. Big shout out to them. And that's had wide thing. I think they've had a lot of people talk about it as well. They've had some big influencers out there talking about it. Looking good. So what do we got there? Great video. Crypto Coffee talking about it. That's kind of cool. KDP talking about it there. Your friend Somi. So yeah, a lot of the big influencers out there talking about it. Very, very cool. So that's good news. So well done to Coast there. We also got more news around a PUSD Algo, of course. We've got the stable coin there looking very, very stable. You can see it is a prototype, but it is live on Pulsechain. And of course, it will be swappable for the real thing. When PUSD stablecoin goes live, it's going to be the 4th stablecoin on Pulsechain. And as you can see at the moment, the technology seems to be performing better than in terms of pegging to $1 than even USDL and Coast, which are fantastic. Both of those are fantastic, but it's even pegging, generally speaking, better. USDL, of course, now over $1. So it's kind of good news for USDL. And you can see $1 is pretty much around that for USDL. So kind of cool there on that one. So actually over peg, nice to see that over peg actually. It's probably the demand for the stable coin, right? People want stable coin. They're taking risk off at the moment. Kind of cool there. Now, PUSD Algo, if you haven't checked it out, of course, you can get a 90% referral bonus in the video description. I definitely use that if you're going to participate. The more I look at this, the better I think it's going to be. It is a relatively low cap. So low amount of capital being put up, relatively speaking. Now, it's still got a long way to go, but I think that the upside potential could be massive. And basically, it's like Terra Luna, but done right. That's kind of what they're trying to do. And of course, instead of having people try to support the peg of UST there, they're going to have PUSD, and they're going to have it automated through miner bots to do it instead. And so that's going to be really cool. The other side of it, of course, they're not going to really have people to issue a PUSD stable. You really can go and mint it yourself. So that's kind of the play there with Algo. Algo is going to be the main ticker. And if Luna did huge numbers, imagine what Algo might be able to do. Obviously not financial advice, but it is a bit more speculative than some of the other projects. But the fact is that it's operating really, really well. As we can see, the stablecoin is doing very well with these bots running it. And it's looking pretty good to me. So, yeah, we've got lots of cool things, of course. People are going to be able to earn. They're going to have a V3 DEX in here that's going to be operating to do the technical execution. They're going to have stability miners, which people are going to be able to put any sorts of different types of LP in here. It's going to be quite a long range. And, of course, people are going to be able to get some pretty awesome returns in terms of Algo Flex, the incentive token. Now, the cool thing about this platform, anything you do on it, you're going to earn Flex incentive, which is fantastic. So anything you do, swapping, staking, whatever you're doing, you're going to be earning Flex, which is pretty awesome. And you're going to be earning Algo if you do go provide liquidity for the stability miner to do its work in terms of keeping stability there as well. And if it goes over peg, you're going to make all those profits as well. So if it goes below peg, you're going to be able to capture the discounted stablecoin. So it's a win-win. It's doing pretty well there. You're going to be able to earn, of course, as well, earning lots of sweet rewards there too. With Flex and everything else. And of course, we'll find out whether they finally use DAI. They're talking about using USDL, which would probably be pretty good. So I think that's going to be a win-win there as well, taking away the risk of bridge and DAI out of the system and using our own in-house native stablecoin USDL as well. So looking pretty good there. You're also going to be able to stake on the platform as well. I think this thing could be a juggernaut. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see. You can stake your Algo as well on PUSD, so they're getting a lot of that off the market as well. So you got all these earnings from trading fees and all sorts of stuff. You've got all these staking as well. It's going to be pretty epic. And of course, the stablecoin could be pretty popular. And of course, we've had PHEX and Pateas and others all wanting to probably use it. If it's got big, nice, juicy liquidity pools, those aggregators are going to use it, pushing volume through. It's going to be pretty amazing there as well. And of course, the community itself can do some pretty cool stuff there. Now, it looks like we've got the total sacrifice at the moment, which is on day 13. So day 13 to 15, it's very important to get in the first 15 days. The current multiplier is 1.52. So there's two bonuses, right? The referral code, which is 19% in the video description. That's pretty much near the top. And of course, the number two is if you do over $1,000, you get a randomly generated bonus called a bonus X or multiplier. And that at the moment is the best rate between 1.5 and 2. You don't know what it's going to be once you hit $1,000. It's going to generate you a multiplier number. But at the moment, your minimum number is quite high. The next 15 days, it's going to drop to 1.25. So your chances of getting a higher number are lower, and so on. And the final 15 days, it's 1.01 to 2. So it gets really low there as well. Now, when you get a number in here, no matter how much you sacrifice to it, you get the same rate for the entire 45 days. So that's really important to know. If you do get in over $1,000, whatever you sacrifice above that, is you're always going to get that high multiplier from the first day there. Now we can see a number of people in here at the moment with different multipliers. If we look at the multiplier number, you can see that people getting 1.19. There are a couple of 120s out there, but there's not many of them. And of course, you need to get your best one there. 119. I've got a 119 in the video description. You can use that and get that straight away. There are much lower ones, of course, in terms of being out there. So if we go to the next page, out there you can see that there are 17s and 18s. There's lots of these, 13s, 14s, 15s. So you might as well use the 19 one in the video description to get that. Now that's the first bonus that you're after, right? This person here got a 15% referral code. They didn't get to over $1,000 though, so they got a flat bonus X. It's just one. So they don't get any upside for that second bonus. It's really crucial that you get both bonuses there. And of course, the total there is 449. And of course, the rate that you get, your 20 algo, 200 flex, and 0.1 wrapped PUSD per $1 there. And so based on this dollars that they've got in total, this is how much tokens they got for that. Now, if we go back up to the next page and we look at someone that did $1,000, let me do the amounts here. And let's go to page. Let me get in the right way there. Let's go that one, and let's have a look at the page. So let me just get on that one. I'm trying to find 1,000. So this person here, they got a 1.2 referral bonus. They're at $1,280, but when because it went over $1,000, they got a random bonus that was between 1.5 and 2. They got on the lower end of that, but they still got that bonus that the other person we just showed didn't, and they ended up with $1,985. So it's really important to use a high referral code. I got a 90% one in the video description there. And then, of course, you can end up getting all these amount of tokens. So you're going to get Algo, Flex, and PUSD. Remember, you're going to be able to take your Algo, and you're going to be able to go into Stability Miner, and you're going to be able to provide your Algo. You're going to do that, but you'll also be able to go and take your Algo and mint stable coins. You're also going to be able to take your Algo and stake it in the staking, get nice sweet rewards. You're also going to be able to, take your wrap to PUSD as well. You can either unwrap it and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. And there are benefits for doing that, right? Benefits for doing that paid out in Flex there from the looks of it. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, those are some of the things that you can do at the moment. Yeah, get in there, folks. The referrals in the video description. How do you do it? Of course, all you have to do is copy the address at the top here. It starts in 0x96, ends in E223, and then of course you can just use any of the tokens either on Pulsechain or Ethereum to send to this address, and you can participate in that sacrifice for PUSD Algo. I think it's going to be huge. Now, we've had Abit now is now the community leader. He's very good at viral promotion, so it's going to be really good. We're probably going to see more influencers cover this. So far, I think it's just me and Corey Costa, and of course, we're going to probably see a lot more out there covering it. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty neat, and could be one of the big juggernauts. And the thing I like about it the most, besides being amazing technology with the miners and awesome tokenomics, remember it's going to have a buy and burn as well. Is the fact that you're going to get there's so many sweet rewards to earn, and the other one is that it's got a low market cap in terms of sacrifice versus potential upside could be massive, and so I'm very excited about that. All right, let's move on from there. We got also the Internet Money has got a big update coming, so Internet Money there is probably on pretty soon actually, 1 p.m. East time, so that's probably started about 20 minutes ago, but they're going to be having big updates, biggest AMA we've ever had. We had some major announcements to make, so that's from Internet Money. So it's kind of cool. I post that. You can go and check that out later on. And, of course, that's going to be coming up. I think they might be referring to their V1. Maybe they're talking about their V1 there. So it's IM, and you can check that out if you're involved. If you've got the IM wallet. Now, I'd be looking to cover the Internet Money wallet a lot more once they've moved to V1, which is their commercial version. That's after their final audits. I feel probably much more comfortable. We have covered it obviously with updates before, but we'll probably be doing a lot more coverage on Internet Money wallet once they get their V1 commercial level type of final audits and done. So looking pretty good. All right, so that's pretty good then from then. You can check that out. The other thing, of course, is Power City is coming up. Power City is a juggernaut for the ecosystem. That's why I said PulseX is probably the best call at the moment on this. And they've got Power City Core coming up. Now, this is one of our biggest sacrifice sacrifice projects or ecosystems. I actually think this is probably going to be financially the most valuable one because of the relativity between the amount of capital they raised, about $16 million, and the number of protocols that they've gone, which are all top tier utility ones, and the fees that they go into Power City Core. I think going to be pretty good. I think this should be a pretty good return on this one. And I know we got the Earn protocol there. It's going to be launching with PulseX. It's going to have a new stablecoin PXDC, and it's going to be a lower borrowing requirement, $500 versus $2,000 in liquid loans. So it's going to be good for the retail book. We've got the Amplify, of course, going to be a liquid loans front end, and then we've got the Accelerator there for compounding and strategies. So it's going to be pretty good too. And then, of course, we've got our 6 NFT market coming, PulseX Pixel Park. So that's going to be really cool. So Pixel Park coming up, and that's going to be a big deal, right? So we're looking forward to that. And big news came out today with Pixel Park, and that is that their partnership with Ubiquity. Ubiquity partnership, awesome. So Ubiquity and Pixel Park there, the future of RWA NFTs on the blockchain Web3. Obviously, we had some issues around Web3 the other day, but apart from that, it's looking pretty good. So good news around that. I really like what Power City does. Power City is always seeking out a whole ton of partnerships to add value to Pulsechain and its own ecosystem. And I really hats off to Power City team for that, because I think I love that sort of stuff. Really, really cool. They're amazing with marketing. They're amazing with product development and ecosystem development. That's all about to hit Pulsechain. Only Portal X has been out. It's been out for months. It's been pretty good site. And now they're going to bring out all the rest of their protocols. That's perfect timing as well. And what else we're going to say about this? Yeah, they're always seeking out those partnerships. So really doing it right. They're a good example for a lot of project teams how to roll out stuff. So pretty cool on that one. Big shout out. The other one I was going to say is that Tetra is coming. Tetra, of course, is coming with limit orders. So limit orders are coming to Pulsechain. So you can do limit orders on 9-inch, but those limit orders are based on the liquidity in the 9-inch pools, right? Whereas here you're going to be able to do it for PulseX and stuff like that with Tetra. Now, Tetra's got all this high-tech stuff coming. We talk about Jacob's ecosystem. He's one of the high-tech devs in the Pulsechain ecosystem with the Jacob ecosystem. But we've also got Tetra coming with some pretty awesome technology out of Pulsechain as well. And, of course, going to make things a lot simpler for people. They've got focused on limit orders at the moment. Obviously, we're expecting other of their projects coming, but Tetra is looking pretty amazing. Let's go to Tetra's website and check this out. So we're expecting the Atlas to come out. We're expecting that to come up too soon as well, and Stratus as well. And I'm really looking forward to Stratus. Stratus will be really useful for PUSD as PUSD Algo as well. You'll be able to automate a lot of compounding with Tetra, interacting with PUSD Algo, where you can automate staking and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty awesome. But of course, they've launched their Omnis. They've got their DEX aggregator out at the moment. They're ramping that up. But the big thing that they're coming up is limit orders. And of course, the limit orders here they've got a little video on this. First look at Atlas limit orders coming out for Pulsechain. This will be direct into the PulseX pools or aggregator pools. That's going to be pretty cool. So limit orders on Pulsechain. A first look at Omnis, our DEX aggregator on Pulsechain with limit order capabilities. And of course, a lot of people have been after this for the main liquidity pools on Pulsechain, PulseX, DEX aggregator. So I think that's going to be pretty awesome. So big shout out to these guys. And the video is here. So if you want to have a little teaser of this, check out this video. But I will post you the link here so you can check it out here as well. So let me just copy that. Definitely well worth looking forward to if you are after limit orders. Limit orders coming on Pulsechain, Tetra, and check this out because this is pretty cool. And it's a good illustration video as well. So I'll give you a good background on how to set limit orders and stuff like that. Maybe you're going to sleep overnight and you want to sell something. Maybe you're, whatever, or you want to buy something. You can set a price and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty neat for that. So kind of cool. All right, that is that coming up there. And of course, I also want to talk about liquid loans briefly as well. So liquid loans there is doing pretty well. Let's pull up the stablecoin again. We've got liquid loans here is actually back at $1, so it was a bit over $1. So that is ticking away pretty nicely. $3.6 million liquidity, and of course you can earn providing liquidity at the moment. You can take your LP and put it into liquid loans under the LP rewards. And this is a limited time only, right? So 150 billion loan tokens running for 42 days. I know Sandy Beach has probably been enjoying it. Let me know, Sandy, how you've been going with your rewards because it must be pretty amazing. So that's kind of cool. Let's have a quick look at that on the loan tokens. See how the loan token price is going. Let me just sort by token and go hunt the loan down. So look here. Where are you? Loan. LMNOP. That's how we rock. Okay. There we go. I don't think it's really moot, is it? I think it's gone down to the long run average price of the sacrifice. Once again, I have to get the numbers out, but I think that is pretty much around there. Quadruple 01005. And the reason why is because we originally did our numbers based on a supply that was based on the early indicators of the sacrifice, but it turns out that on the contract that we have a total supply of 5.5 trillion loan tokens here. So I guess if you divide 51 million divided by that, you're going to get a price that's probably not too far away from this one here. So that's pretty interesting. Now, the other thing, of course, we had whales selling down here. Why they were selling, I don't know, but they did. They sold out. Yeah, maybe they wanted the money. Maybe they've been waiting for 2 years or whatever it is. They just wanted the money and out they went. And so that's just the way it goes. But what that means, people can buy more now at the moment, right? So that's what they can do. Now, what's the market cap? 55 million market cap at the moment. $51 million sacrifice. It seems about right? So it seems about right. And of course, we got liquidity there at $78,000 in liquidity. And of course, this has been a complaint that some people have had about the amount of liquidity in there. And maybe the team will ramp this up. I sort of saw a crypto crazy comment about this, kind of inferred. So we'll see how this ramps up over time on the loan token there. You certainly don't want to put a lot of capital there at the beginning if you think about it. You got whales that are going to exit, and we saw those whales. do that, then why would you want to put a lot of liquidity in there so they can take more money out? That makes no sense. You want to just ramp it up over time. So we'll see what happens there. Like I say, I'm trying to queue up a interview with the team. I think we're pretty close to that. Yeah, we'll see how we go, but that's coming up. The other thing, of course, is that the stats have been doing pretty well. We'll go to analytics, and like I say, we've got 2.5% of all Pulse now is off the market inside liquid loans, which is kind of cool. The total collateral ratio there is at 200. It's back to green. I saw that the other day. I think it got to yellow, didn't it, or something like that? Yeah, I think it was yellow yesterday. And of course, there's been quite a few liquidations. Don't get yourself liquidated, right? You go down liquidations. Don't take on too much risk. And you want to let me just connect here. But you don't want to take on too much risk and get yourself liquidated. So maybe just ramp up your risk if you're going to do high risk to see how the market's going. Let's go log on here. And yeah, so what we've got, we've got 115. These guys are taking on quite a bit of risk there. On there, look at this guy, 4.5 billion tokens, $189,000 USDL, 150% collateral ratio at the moment. I don't know if you want to be that guy. This guy here, 4 billion as well, $167,000 USDL, 116 there as well. Maybe they're paying it down. Anyway, that's pretty high there. Playing the edge. Anyway, you can borrow USDL. You can put USDL in the stability pool. You can put your loan token in the staking pool there. You can earn some nice redemption fees, issuance gains as well. Issuance gains are pretty nice because you're using USDL for that, which is kind of cool. But pretty neat there as well. All right, that's ticking away. Let's go have a look at the analytics. So like I say, we've got cool charts here. $9.15 million has been created internally. As I said to you over the last week, we have lost capital out of Pulsechain through the official bridge. But we have kind of, in some degree, I guess, made up for it with the USDL sitting in there. But it has to move. And of course, you got to see that move there. We've got about 3.6 million in the PulseX. And we want to see that stuff moving around, people buying Pulse with it. So we would keep watching out for that as well. Total value lock pretty stable. Number of volts has gone up slightly, so volts just ticking up there. We're up to 571 volts or loans. What else we got there? Total value of loan stakes is down there about 2.5 million. Obviously with the price move down and so on there. Total value USDL has gone up, pretty constant there, around $6 million of stablecoin there in USDL stakes. So not too bad at the moment. And we're waiting for Power City, of course. Power City is going to be fun. It's going to bring us into Hex, of course. We're going to talk about that. Let's get back in the chat, though, before we wrap up with the old Hex daily payout. And see who else has jumped in here. Who else is that? We got up to there. We got JPon. Oh, we got Hexvader in house. Hey, gang. Good to see Hexvader. JPon as well. Woohoo! Hey, good to see JPon. We got Tintop. What's up, Mexicans? Good to see you, Tintop. Rev 10. Hello, all. Let's go. Bull market. Absolutely. We got just spent $70 to unstake my Hex on Ethereum. Not worth it. Pulse is going to moon, says Francesco. 100% on that. The Titan is where is that? Only thing saving me from these slowdown days, says Tom Boss. Well, there we are. That's a bit of an explanation of where some of the interest is at the moment with Titan. And when Lambo, says Cloud. Yeah, when Lambo indeed. Just keep DCA in those volumes. Probably the place to be. Humberto as well. Yo, Chesapeake Man, RH family. Good to see you, Humberto. Welcome. Cloud Smoke says, damn Titan catchy. Yeah. Humberto says, right now, looks like the Grinch is in our ecosystem, says Humberto. That's funny. Yes, well, the PulseMas and HEXMAS sale is limited time. So, do what you can. Do what you can there. Sandy Beach says, I think I got some USDL for 99 cents. Did you, Sandy Beach? Nice. Well, if you'd sold it $1.01, you would have made a little bit of profit there. Or you could have put it in the protocol. What else there? Let's jump out here. Christian says, love the music. Indeed. Fast Abdul says, I demand more cool protocols on Pulsechain. Build my minions a build. That's true. We've got plenty of devs building, so we're in one of the best ecosystems for that for sure. What else there? We got Red Bull says Titan X is growing into a monster. Thank you for sharing, says Red Bull. Hey, you're welcome. What else there? Crypto Class in the house there. Another great influencer. Big shout out to Crypto Class. Good morning. Lots of hearts there. Looking good. And Wookie, what's up? Wookie, you're famous. Wookie's not here today, is he? I don't see Wookie in the chat. Is Wookie here? I don't think so. He's pretty busy at the moment. What else there? Awesome, says Sandy Beach. It is indeed around the limit orders on Pulsechain coming up with Tetra. Tetra is high tech too. I like high tech stuff, but I like it when it's really good utility and it's going to add a lot of value. Incentive rewards are much higher this week. Thank you. FUD says Adam. Yeah. What's that? I added more USDL today to the stability pool. You must be doing pretty well, Sandy Beach. Congratulations. A lot of liquidations today. Man, oh man. That's been, yeah, one person's pain is another person's gain. That's all we can say about that. Hey, Superman, thanks for your consistency. You're most welcome to Crypto Class. Great work. You too. Keep up great work there. We're all part of a huge community spreading the good words we say. Crypto Class says, I wear your pin with pride to meetups also because I stole it from Rango. That's true. Anything stolen from Rango that's got Hex Token on it, it's got to be cool. Nice on the Crypto Class. Big shout out to Rango, by the way. Hi all, Archie's here. Good to see Archie. And of course, who else here? Wookie is with us in spirit, says Brennan. Indeed. We got some breaking news here. Archie says Jacob is going to be live on a Twitter space talking PUSD algo in about an hour, just for your information. So definitely check that out. In fact, I might pull that up. Let's see whether we got that. We got that news up there. I did check all the projects for news today, of course, as you do. But let's have a quickly look to see where that's come up on the news feed there. Let me have a look here. So yeah, that's coming up. Okay, on Twitter Space. That's cool. Anyway, there's another announcement here, and of course, let's get into it. So let's go. Let's go back into this. We've got a new announcement here, hot off the press, related to PUSD algo. So what have we got here? We've got a huge giveaway announcement. PUSD is giving away 28 million. There is with the M there, 28 million pulse split amongst 5 lucky winners. Maybe that could be you. Each winner receives 5.6 million pulse. And this is part of the thing about PUSD algo. So you wonder why I've been pushing it so much. I really think that it's going to have a really great audience. It's going to be a relatively low cap for potential big upside, and it's going to be pretty amazing DeFi on Pulsechain. So really, really bullish on it. How to enter? Tag 3 friends in the comments below. Retweet, of course, the Twitter Space. The Twitter Space coming up there. That's Jacob's going to be on. Join the Algo PUSD Telegram group and shout Zach in the chat. Winners will be announced in the Twitter Space here on Twitter. Come learn about the new algorithmic stablecoin PUSD on Pulsechain and stand a chance to win your share of 28 million Pulse. Good luck. So don't miss out on that. That is pretty cool. I'm going to retweet that later. And let's place that in there. So don't miss out on that one. PUSD algo Twitter Space. Thanks very much for Archie for bringing that to our attention indirectly. Bam. All right, so that is there. 28 million. Don't miss out on it. Don't miss out. It's a free chance there to get in there. Sandy Beach says I got liquid loans within like 5 minutes of launch. Well done there. Yeah, you were lucky. I didn't get that opportunity. There was also a Pulse PLS giveaway. Yeah, I got that one. Could we listen into the spaces here? I'm not sure. Let's see how far away is that. Let me see when that is. Set reminder 12:30 today or 2:30 today. Yeah, maybe might stream that. Maybe I might stream that on here. That's definitely something we might do later on. So if you see a sudden stream, maybe that's me feeding that through. I'm not sure how well it feeds through. That's my only question there. But maybe it's going to work okay now with the upgrades. What else we got going on there? A couple more comments. I would host it on Discord, but I'm working, says Archie. Yeah, I might do it on the YouTube. We'll see how we go. See how we go there. It should feed through. Maybe it will feed through okay on the audio tab. Well, let's get back into it. We're going to go to the Hex data stats. Hex.com, folks. Check it out. Hex. You can buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain at the moment on a HEXMAS discount. Sale is limited time, and you can convert it for T-shares, become a T-share miner, and start mining Hex. That's kind of the way to go. Let's have a look on the results. We've got day 1665. Yep, Pulsechain's out. So what's that, day 208, did I say? The 6th of December 2023, we're in year number 5. Can you believe it? It still hits me on the head. Year number 5. And of course, we're at 81 hundredth of a penny. Price is down 11% today. So we had 5 down days after having 2 up days. The payout per T-share, this is the main number that you're after. So if you're mining Hex with T-shares, this is the name number here. You're getting 6.788 Hex per T-share. The share rate is up 21 today to 30,881. And the average mining length there, 6.83 years. The APY there is 38% for existing T-share miners. The ownership pool in Hex is down 493 to 9,779,000 on the old Pulsechain. That's how many T-shares there are. Lock percentage of coins, 9.76% of all Hex is locked on the old Pulsechain. We've got 2.9 million penalties today, so 2 good days in penalties, probably related to the price rate, the price going down. So that's what happens when we get big price volatility, we get the penalties come into play. We've got 66.4 million Hex in payments today, so you get 50% of those penalties. So good luck to you if you're still mining. Congratulations. In terms of the holders, we're up 101 liquid holders. We're up 10 miners. We've got 124,632 miners on the old Pulsechain for day 208. Let's see if Hex on Ethereum's come out. No, it keeps lagging behind. We got yesterday's results though for day 1464, and the payout yesterday was 6.35 Hex, not like 6,000. You would have really loved that, but no, 6.735 Hex per T-share on yesterday's payment. And of course, day 1465 will come out probably after the live stream. But anyway, we're on day 1466 and for Ethereum, and day 209 for Pulsechain. And at the moment, a T-share will cost you $145 on Ethereum and $252 on Pulsechain, unless of course you use bigger pays better and longer pays better, and you can get that for dramatically less. So way to go for that one. And with the prices down of Hex where they are at the moment, bigger pays better, you could probably get a lot for that, right? So that's kind of cool. All right, so that is pretty much it on the old chart there. Here is Pulse at the moment, quadruple 04885. The RSI not quite fully oversold, but ticking away there at the moment. And of course, let's have a quick look at the projects coming up briefly. I've got to reset these actually, but we'll have a look anyway. And let's add those on. Bam. Let's look at the outlook for the Pulsechain. So here we are. This is the charts that we got expecting to come up. We're waiting for Power City, Barista, and those are coming out. Going to be pretty amazing. Power City is a ginormous ecosystem, so we're looking for that, very bullish. And Barista is also a trifecta ecosystem as well. We'll be looking for the Magic Cup Rides products rolling out too. Tetra, of course, we're waiting for the staking pools. This has not come out yet, so we're going to have to move that aside here, probably move it over here somewhere. I'll reset all these, of course. So we're waiting for Atlas, Tetra Atlas, Stratus, Tetra staking pool, and of course limit orders coming soon. We're waiting for Win-Win and Pulsebot, probably mid-December maybe. Note Token as well, mid-December from Randy Alasky. TRHV4, of course, waiting for that too. And 9mm, of course, waiting for those drops as well for those holders. And of course, TYCZ DeFi in the play as well. And of course, PUSD Algo we've been talking about all the time. So it's going to be pretty cool. That is pretty much some of the roadmap ahead. And there's many more projects, of course, but those are some of the main ones coming up. Banana says up and to the right, indeed, up and to the right, especially if you get lots of volume at low price, then it's looking good for you. All right, let's finish up here. We're now on 7 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content, and I may very well stream that Twitter space. We'll see how we go. But in any case, take care, everybody. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Join in to the Discord. Links are in the video description, either general Discord or Strategy Club. And of course, we've got lots of information, alpha, and the best community. Way to go there as well. What else are we going to say? Yeah, if you want to get into PUSD Algo, get in early while you can. The first 15 days is important. We're on day 13. Get that highest rank there, the 90% referral bonus in the video description. Use that link to kick yourself off with the right bonus. And then hopefully if you get do over $1,000, you'll get even that big X bonus and get way, way more. Big shout out to Sandy Beach, of course, crushing it on liquid loans. Well done to you. And yeah, I think that's it. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now. And I'm going to play out some cool music on the way out. We're going to play one of our classics. No, not Marvin Gaye. That's going to be a classic here. But let's see. Where are we going here? We're going to go pick up some music. And we might play out. Let's do it. Richard Hart. All right, peace out. Bye for now. Take care.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon. on. So the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.